Good morning, Omar.
Good morning.
Yeah. Let's wait for 1 to 2 minutes. Let's see, and we'll continue. Hi all. Good morning.
Good morning,
Yeah,
sir.
good morning, all. Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah. Yeah. So with this, like we have almost covered each and every portion of traditional ABAP programming, and now we are going to move towards the new way of programming, or better, I will say the present way of programming. Again, SAP is a very old technology, and whatever you see things here, everything has been there from a very long period of time. Very few things are there which is very new, and still whatever you hear a new thing, it is still there from last 10 years. So it's very lengthy in nature, and again it requires lots of practice if you want to master anything here, correct? So with this, we will move to the current requirement. Yeah, basically what we are as a ABAP developer, you are going to be expected that what you are going to design here. So the two things you guys are going to focus on. First will be your building OData services, and the second thing will be complete ABAP on HANA. We will discuss that in the upcoming period of time. Now the question here is, what is a OData service? Very interesting. Or what is a service?
It's a
Who
kind
will
of
try to
sets a
explain this?
protocol.
Protocol. Okay, what do you understand about the word protocol?
Sets of rule to follow. Can
For
say
what?
to follow
Yeah,
any
definition. Yes,
communication.
definition is correct. Yeah, but like I want to understand this word here. Set of rules. So for what rules? What we need to do? What we are planning here? Try it, because I believe you know
Oh,
it.
okay.
If
Sorry,
you can
sorry. Yeah,
explain it better, other than right,
So
because you are
this
purely
OData
developer.
service we use to
So you
communicate from the browser. We communicate with the database. So and through the browser you can't directly communicate, right? So you need a service, right? So that OData, there are a lot of kind of service are there. So OData is the open data source, I guess. Open something, I forgot the full name. So it
Mhm.
helps to communicate through the browser and it having a CRUD operation.
Okay. Okay, great. Any other thing on this? Anyone else? Guys,
It
please try
works
it.
with both XML and JSON format, like payload thing. Right?
Okay.
I think it
JSON format.
helps in.
XML is also allowed, correct? Helps in.
I think it helps in data exchange through APIs.
Mm-hmm. Any other thing? I just want to know, like, as a web developer, or even as a functional, or even as a SAP consultant, what do you feel about this? Then I will uh, go in deeper. Okay, let it be. Let's try to go to OData services first. So till now, what we see, so what we have seen, we were designing, correct, module pool programming, also known as dialog programming, correct, also known as dialog programming for our users. So this screen is completely SAP GUI based, correct, and you used to display data in form of, I should say, a table or ALV kind of, right? So what do you think? What is the limitation of a module pool programming? If I have to say here limitation, again, this every technology, every concept, whatever you see in the market, there will be definitely some limitation and some pros and cons will be definitely be there. So now just think about it. What can be the limitation you can define here for module pool programming?
You need to have GUI access to access the data. But
Yeah, it is completely GUI based, correct? That is definitely correct answer. GUI based. This GUI
can feel also.
is not very user friendly. User
Maybe it's
friendly.
time consuming.
But it's a time consuming process. Again, time, I don't think time will be a great answer for this. But so what should I say? Is it has limitation of functionality. It has limitation of functionality. What kind of functionality? Let's come to this. Let's say uh, I'm going for Amazon, any product. I'm going for Amazon. This is how Amazon looking like. Can you see this behavior? If I'm going for any of these icons here, if I'm going here, they are behavior in nature, right? They are interacting with us. It is giving us a better user experience, correct? So can I simply say module pool programming do not provide better user experience? Applications are very slow and correct. Can I say this? Right. Also, these kind of applications are not preferred right now by the current market requirement, I should say. Yeah, current market requirement. So it was a problem. Earlier, SAP came with a resolution of they were working on Webden Pro also, but again, that was also a completely SAP related application, not very user friendly. So what SAP saw, let's understand this. SAP saw the popularity of I should say JavaScript programming language, correct? Because for the application development or better for the front end application development. Also, this language was open source, correct? This language was open source in nature. So what SAP did, SAP used this programming language to develop their own JavaScript framework, which they named it UI5, right? Because yeah. So this particular thing is not open. They do not made it open source. So if you are developing any application, then you will have to pay some amount to SAP to sell this application in the market. This is one thing. So they developed their own framework, and this was launched around in 2012. Yeah. Over the period of time, they developed some guidelines. Please understand this. They developed some guidelines to give user better user experience, to provide user better user experience for the application development, for the application development. And what they did was they named it Fiori. So this Fiori is nothing but some development guidelines we need to follow. Correct. So they came with a new concept, and this was launched around in 2014. What is the use of this particular thing? With Fiori coming into picture, understand the situation, like with Fiori coming into picture, the landscape of the application development changed, has been changed completely. Completely. Now everyone is preferring the Fiori apps instead of SAP GUI based applications. Instead of SAP GUI based applications. That is the thing here. Correct. This app is going to run directly on the browser. Now understand the thing here. Browser and your SAP SAP server, both of them are completely different, two different individual things, right? Where is my data? My data is on SAP server. So how we are going to connect? How we are going to connect with the browser? So yeah, there a new question comes into the picture. How will our Fiori applications? So earlier, this is how things were working. I can say this. Our presentations are where we developed our module pool applications, or I should say this ALB based applications we developed. Our application server, we have written the logic on ABAP application layer. It is interacting with the database, correct? This is how things were working. Now things has completely changed. So how will our Fiori app will communicate with our local SAP server, our local SAP on-premise system, how it is going to connect or communicate? This is a very interesting question coming into picture. Are you able to understand why do I need a OData service?
Yes,
Am I
sir.
audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let's understand this. Now, this is our front-end application, right? So in the front end, I can say now we have the Fiori app, correct? Now we have the Fiori app, which will run on the browser. Yeah. But the browser only understands the HTTP or HTTPS request. Hypertext transfer protocol or hypertext transfer protocol secured. This browser only understands this kind of request, right? Because any browser only understands these two
Um,
requests only. Have to send a HTTP request to our SAP system where there will be a mediator which is going to receive this. Yeah. And this mediator is connected with the SAP system where we will write our logic to communicate with the database. Communicate with the database. Correct? Because are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. So if I have to show you an image of it, let me just check. Yeah, this one. This is how things are going to work. A browser, our Fiori application. This is our SAP server. See how things are going to work. HTTP request is coming here. We have this mediator, which we are going to call OData service. Now, inside the service, you will have the options to develop classes. Yeah, you will have the options to develop classes. And inside the class, if you want, you can use your function module. If you want, you can recall other classes. If you want to write normal logic, you can directly write it. So what happens here now is we can expose our existing ERP enterprise resource planning data to the browser via the HTTP or hypertext transfer protocol secured using the OData services. Correct? This is what we are going to do now. We can simply expose it now on the browser because this is the demand of the current market. Nobody wants to use the SAP GUI anymore. So the thing is, now the things are getting changed here. We cannot develop module pool programming anymore. Again, I am saying it based on the current requirement of the world, not based on the requirement of any company. So lots of companies are still working on module pool. They will be working on module pool for a long period of time still. So whatever I'm teaching based on the current situation only. So the thing is, what is going to be the responsibility of SAP developers now? SAP developers. Yeah. What is going to be the responsibility of SAP developers here? So understand the situation, guys. Now the ABAP developer will be called as backend developer. Earlier there were only ABAP developer. Now things are getting changing. We have turned into a backend developers are responsible for developing the APIs, application programming interface, using the OData services in the ABAP language. We will come to OData service, what it is, how things works on. But first understand the responsibility of us now. Yeah. For building the OData services, it is mandatory to have a good knowledge of OOPS ABAP, object oriented ABAP. This is mandatory. Yeah. Then we have the front-end developers or Fiori consultant who will develop the front-end app using the JavaScript programming language and will consume these APIs for data exchange. Yeah. Or there will be some people both and become full stack SAP developer. Right, Vikas? So if you are a web developer, you can learn Fiori. If you are a Fiori developer, as Vikas is a Fiori developer here, he is learning ABAP to become a full stack SAP developer. Correct? Correct? Right? So this is a thing, or this is the landscape of SAP application which we are going to see in the upcoming period of time, or still which is there in the market. If you will go for even SAP labs, they prefer full stack SAP developers only right now. Okay, let's come to our topic now. Introduction to OData service. OData.
Just a
Very,
question.
very important. Yeah, tell me.
What the difference between OData and what you explained with, for example, Postman, which is a tool that manages the API?
Tool that manages the API.
Yes, the
I will
rest.
say, no, let's this in this way. As a ABAPer, okay, what we do, we develop the application, correct? So OData is going to be a tool, or OData is going to be a, I should say, a methodology using which we will be developing the application programming interfaces, APIs.
Mm-hmm.
These APIs database with our HANA DB, correct? These APIs will act as a mediator. So using OData, you will be developing services. These services will be known as APIs. And these APIs you are going to consume where? In the Fiori application. Okay, we'll check that part. Okay, don't worry. Well, it takes some time. If I would have directly started the introduction of OData, you will never understand how things are working here, right? So
I'm
yes.
not sure I don't hear you well. Sorry, Amarit.
Okay.
But
What I am saying, what
mhm.
I am saying is my voice breaking, guys?
Yes,
Yes, yes,
Hello.
sometimes it's better.
Right now, is it fine?
Yes.
actually, yes.
Yes. Service as a technology,
No, no,
or
no,
I will
Amrit,
say
there's an issue.
as a
The voice
concept.
is still breaking.
Hello. Hello. Because I'm not getting you. You are not audible.
No, no,
Your
your
voice
voice
is lagging
sometimes
too
it's
much, sir.
Wait a second. What is the problem, guys? I'm not getting anyone.
I think
Yes, Omar,
there is
tell me.
an issue. I think you have an issue with the network.
Wait. Just, is it okay now?
Yeah, fine.
Now
Uh,
we hear you well.
yeah.
My question, Amrit, is actually I work in ECC6, not in
Yes, yes.
S4,
ACC
and
6.0. Yes.
we're already connected to different application, and we use, for example, REST. But there's, as you said, some mediators like SAP PI and other uh, middlewares that connects the
Uh-huh.
different application to our subsystem.
Okay.
What's the value of OData today? What is the I want to
That's what
understand
I'm saying.
yeah.
Yes, yes, that's what I'm saying. See, uh, let me just show some of the Fiori application. Okay. You will understand the thing here. Let me just say. See, this is how your actual Fiori app looks like when we are talking about, yeah, just understand, just see this thing, correct? So this Fiori app is running on the browser, okay? This Fiori app is running on the browser, which is a separate system, right? Your SAP system, SAP server is a separate system. Getting my point?
Yes.
Where is my data? Tell me, where is my data stored? Inside the HANA database, inside the SAP system, correct? So this Fiori application, how it is going to get the data from your SAP system? It will need a bridge in between, right? This bridge is going to be your services that you are going to develop using OData. The APIs that you will be developing using the OData, that APIs you are going to consume here. These APIs will be the chain which will help you to perform the CRUD operation with your existing SAP system.
Mm-hmm.
Are you getting this now? Okay. Wait a sec.
Yes, OData it's between the Fiori and the local
Let
system.
me
It's not
write
between
it.
the different
No,
applications
let me
outside.
write. Let me write the things here. This is SAP system, correct? Where I have my HANA DB. Okay.
Yes.
Now we are going to connect with we are going to connect with our Fiori application. So Fiori application is on the browser, and browser only understand the HTTP request. Understand the HTTP or HTTPS request. Please understand the thing here. They only understand the HTTP or HTTPS request. So this request you are going to send to SAP system. This SAP system do not understand this. Who is going to understand this? APIs. They will become the mediator. APIs are going to understand these requests. They will intercept these requests. And how you will develop the APIs? You will develop the APIs using the OData. So this will become the mediator, because from here you are going to request based on JavaScript, send the request based on JavaScript kind of thing. Here we have the ABAP programming language, correct? So using this, you develop this API using the OData technology. And now this OData in this API you are going to consume here. So whatever request from here now you are sending, let's say I'm sending create data, create sales order. So here from here I send, let's say sales document number, date, item kind of thing. This request will come here via this bridge, and then here data will be saved. Here I am performing read operation. So one by one data will be sent here via this bridge only, and here it will be displayed. Now are you getting the use case of it?
Yes, yes, I'm getting it from the beginning, but just my question is to know today OData, is it only for Fiori or it will work with other applications? I
OData is
mean,
used
if
to
we
build the APIs. Okay, it's not only about SAP. Let me
okay,
start with the introduction first. Okay.
okay, sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Just give me some time. You'll get that. So, all right. So OData stands for Open Data Protocol. First thing, Open Data Protocol. It was originally developed by the company whose name was Oasis. It was originally developed by Oasis, and later it was acquired by Microsoft. Very few people know about this. Microsoft. What Microsoft did, Microsoft made it open source. That is, anybody can use it. Anybody can use it for free. Yeah. So Microsoft made it open source. Now, what is the use of this OData?
We don't hear you, Amrit.
Hello,
Sorry.
I'm audible. Right
No,
now,
yes.
it's okay. Yes, yes.
Yes.
My screen is visible, right? So what I am saying here is Microsoft made this as an open source. That is, anybody can use it for free. Now, what is the use of this OData? OData is a protocol. First thing, protocol. I will come to that. Protocol means some rules. Some rules, I can say, developed by Microsoft. Some rules developed by Microsoft to develop the REST service. Understand this word, guys. REST service. That is representational state transfer. It is used to develop the REST service so that we can both expose data on the browser and also we can import some data from the browser for both the purpose. So first, is this part clear that OData service is not SAP property? Everyone,
Yes, all.
OData service is not SAP property. It has nothing to do with SAP or any other thing. It is developed by Oasis. Originally, it was developed later on by Microsoft. So I will say it is a Microsoft property, which they made it open source. Correct? We can use any of the programming language to develop OData services. So what SAP did, SAP saw this as an opportunity to also expose their data on the browser, and SAP integrated their applications or their NetWeaver. They integrated their NetWeaver with this OData. That is why you are able to use it. So we can use any of the programming languages to develop this OData services. This programming language can be .NET, it can be Java programming, it can be Python programming, it can be Node.js development, it can be ABAP programming. Yeah. So what actually happens here is the Fiori app that you are going to design, the Fiori apps only interacts with OData services. They do not care what is the backend technology. That is, what is the programming language which is used to develop this. They do not care about this. Yeah, they do not care. Let me write it. Technology. They do not care about the programming language which is used to develop this service. So basically, if I show you an image of it, this is how things are going to look like. This is how your Fiori app, the bridge in between OData API, and it do not matters what is the programming language you have used to develop it. And in the behind, you have the data in the database. So this OData will interact with both this one and this one. So like a bridge. Yeah. So as a ABAP developer, now as a ABAP developer, we will build the OData services using the ABAP programming language, correct? This is what we are going to do. Yeah. Omar, are you getting the use case of service now?
Yes.
Right? This is a bridge. And this is the real use case of a ABAP development in the current situation. OData, you can develop everything is in this. We will understand slowly what are these things, don't worry, because this is a very interesting concept. Now there are certain T codes which you will have to remember, some important T codes for a OData. Yeah. Very first one, SEGW. This is the service gateway builder, which is used to develop the OData projects. Yeah. Second one is /IWFND/maint_service. This is used.
Samlik, your voice is breaking again.
Another important transaction code. Another one /n/IWFND FND error log. It is used for error log. Yeah, this one is used for error log. Gateway client is there, so /n/IWFND/GW_client. This is the gateway client, which is used to test the OData services locally. I will showcase the use of Postman tool also here. OData services locally. Then another interesting one, SICF. Check the entry of registered service, like whether it is active or not, whether we can expose data or not, or how we can remove the security also. CSIRF token is also there. We will check that part. SE24, our class builder, which we have already used for object-oriented programming, correct? SE37 is there, function builder. Yeah. SE38 is there, ABAP reports, correct? This transaction code. AC80 we can use. This is the heart of the SAP system, object navigator. or ABAP workbench. Yeah. And the last one, you can check error via ST22 also. So ABAP dumps. These are some of the important transaction codes which we can utilize it. So it is a service. It is a service. So before directly going for development, let me show you one of the free service that SAP has given, which we can check it and use it. So I will go to my SAP logon. Yeah, I will go to SAP logon. And I will go for the service path /n/iwfnd/maint_service. Let me just showcase you how things look like here. So lots of services are already there developed. There is a free service which SAP has given. You can check it. Let's go to filter button. And here we can check it. I think its name is sample. Yeah, sample service. Let's check this one. See, ZZW sample basic, a service that SAP has given us. So this service, we can simply check it. Yeah. This service, you can simply check it. You can go for call browser and then it will ask for your SAP logon. Pass this one. See, I am able to use it outside of the system also. Let me open the Chrome. It will look better there. The format I will give JSON. SAP credential. Okay, that's will make it XML only. See this part. Are we able to access our SAP system from the Chrome? Yes or no? Answer this question first.
Yes.
Don't go for the deep things right now. Just introduction part. If you will follow the things that I'm guiding, you will definitely able to develop a really good OData APIs here. Yeah. Okay. This whole thing that you are seeing here, this whole thing is known as service document. You can check it on your local system also, the same link. You can check this on your local system also. Yeah. So this whole thing that you see here, this is known as service document. Yeah. This whole thing is known as service document. Then we have other things here. If you focus on, you see product set. So this is your entity set here. We will discuss the definition and all this part, right? Let me just, I'm just showing the things here. This is entity. Yeah, this is entity. Entity set is used to perform the CRUD operation over all the data. Entity is a single record, normal work area kind of thing. Yeah. Type is also there. So entity type, like data type we have. Correct. You can also check the metadata of your service. Yeah, you can directly check here the metadata. So dollar metadata. What are the entities and entity set? Everything it is going to show. To check all the properties of an entity type here. See this, all this property of this business partner. We have ID, company name, web address, email, phone number, legal name, currency code, business partner role, created date, created at. So metadata will also tell us about the entity set and their relationship also. Navigation property, you can say this. Yeah, you can see this navigation property here. So what is metadata? Metadata is the complete information about a service. A very interesting thing. Let me write it here in a note. Metadata. Metadata is the complete information about the entities and the properties of the OData service. OData services. Okay, getting this, everyone? Just a brief overview part on that. Slowly, we will go for the development part, then we will break it down in detail. So, just a demo service that OData has given us, SAP has given us for free, which I just showed you how it is used to expose the things. When we will develop it, it will become really easier for understand at that time. Now let's move on to the properties part. So let's start with them. Properties of the OData services. I am only going to discuss about regarding SAP context. I don't have to do anything with other technology, how they are using the OData. I don't have any idea on that also. I'm only discussing the related to SAP. So now what we know that OData acts as a backend for the front-end Fiori applications, correct? Yeah. OData services has been integrated or are mainly executed. This is one thing we can also write here under the SAP NetWeaver gateway component with the database operations like select, insert, update, and delete. This is the use of it. Now, if we talk about this SAP NetWeaver, what we see here is SAP NetWeaver only supports the SAP NetWeaver only supports two format. First one is XML format. Another one is your JSON format. Yeah, this XML is extensible markup language. Here. It's not a programming language, just a markup language. So either you can send the data from XML format or you can share the data using the JSON format. JSON, JavaScript object notation. It is more preferred because it is lightweight in nature. Yeah, it is lightweight in nature. That is why it is more preferred. Okay. Two formats it is only going to support. Another beauty of OData services are they are reusable in nature. Yeah, they are reusable in nature. You can also check lots of services SAP has given us directly, like Northwind OData service. This is for free, directly available on the browser. Let me just show you. So if I change it to customers, or let me just make it products. Format is equal to JSON. See this part. This is a free service SAP has given on the internet directly, which I'm using it. services.odata.org, a Northwind service they have given. Can you see all this data, which is there directly on cloud itself? Completely free to use.
Can we
Right?
also select this on our browser?
We will also expose our local system data like this format on the browser. Then and only then you can consume it in the front-end apps. So OData services are reusable in nature, and OData ABAP services will be developed under the, when we will be learning CDS view, there also we will see how we can consume CDS as a OData service. So OData ABAP service will be developed under the ACGWT code on SAP GUI. Yeah. Okay. All right. So now let's go to SCGW and let's see that part. I will go to SCGW. This is SCGW. Lots of services I have already developed. So when we create, let's see this. When we create a OData project, we see there 4 folders. If you open any one of them which are already there, you are going to see the same thing. 4 folders: data model, service implementation, runtime artifacts, and service maintenance. So when we create a OData project, we always see 4 folders are there. Data model is there, service implementation is there, runtime artifacts are there, and service maintenance is there. 4 folders. They are very detailed things, guys. Data model, service implementation, runtime artifacts, and service maintenance. The very first thing that we have is data model. We have here data model. What is data model? So this consists of lots of things. This consists of lots of things. Let me just show you these things in detail. Very first thing we have is entity type. Entity type. Okay, how many of you recall what is a structure in ABAP? Tell me this thing. What is a structure? Can I say structure is a data type?
Yes.
Correct? Which consists of
Yes, sir.
fields, columns, and their types and their length kind of thing, right? Similarly, here in OData services, entity type is an option to maintain the collection of fields with the data type and length. Just relate it with a structure. It is like a structure in normal ABAP system. Normal ABAP system. It is like a structure. Second thing that you see here, so you can check the data model. Entity type association and entity sets are there. Let's just discuss that. Second one, entity is there. Now entity type was the type of entity. So entity is like an individual being. It is an option. It's like an object. It is an option to hold a single record at a time. To hold a single record at a time. Next thing I can write is it is similar to work area. Yeah, in normal ABAP. Guys, if you will relate it with the traditional ABAP programming that you have learned, then really things will become easier here. Third, entity set is there now.
Internal.
Again, this is Yes, this will be like internal table. So entity set is an option to hold more than one record at a time. It is similar to our internal tables. Internal tables in normal ABAP. Correct? Then we have few more things here like association and association set. Association. What is association and what is composition? Two things I have discussed already in object-oriented programming. Who is going to explain this?
It's a relation between two entity set, I guess. Two entity. It's a relation between two entity, whether it will be a 1:n or 1:1, what that kind of
Okay.
relation.
Yes. It is a relation definitely. So is the relationship
Coordinate.
But we
between
have
the
used Amrit, it is in DD object, right? Data dictionary object, while providing the foreign table, right? Assigning that time.
that was not association, but that was foreign key relationship. See,
So foreign,
relationship can be of various things. Association is a decoupled kind of relationship. It's not it do not cause any dependency. For example, let's say, so association is a good to have relationship. Good to have relationship. It simply means if this relationship is there, then it is perfect. If it is not there, then it's no problem. For example, let me just show you the relationship between a plane and passengers. If plane is not there, passengers can definitely take other vehicle to travel from one place to another. But if passengers is not there, definitely then plane can also fly. It can, because for flying it needs only pilot. It do not need any passenger. It's not mandatory. So it's a good to have relationship. If passengers are there, plane will be profitable. The organization who is running this plane, they will be in profit. But if it is not there, it do not means that this plane cannot fly. Correct? So it is a
right?
good to have relationship. But then you hear the word composition. It is a must to have relationship. So you can give the example between the plane and the engine, or plane and the pilot. Correct? They are dependent on each other. So association is a very interesting thing. It will come again in the CDS. We will see there also. Association set. Association. Uh,
Sir, your
associations.
screen size has increased.
What?
Your screen size has increases.
Screen size has increases. What? I don't get that.
It's around 120%. 100. Uh, I think you have zoom in the screen.
So what is the problem with that? I think it is visible clearly for everyone, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
You want me to reduce it to 50?
No, no,
Will
sir.
you?
It's and now it's okay. Zada, sir, it's very small.
Mm, okay. All right. So just for introduction, association is the relationship between the two entity types, and association set is the relationship between entity sets. Okay. So data model consists of these folders. Yeah, data model. Again, there is a very interesting note point here. There is a very interesting note point here. Let me just show you. Under a single OData project, we can have n number of entity type and entity sets. This is also a very interesting thing that SAP is saying. You can have any number of things. This is the very first folder, data model, which consists of data modeling and all those stuff. Second one, service implementation. Service implementation. Second one that we have is service implementation here. Service implementation mainly contains the CRUD methods, that is, it will contain methods, right? What are the methods? They are the behavior of a class. So it will contains all the methods that will be responsible for, let's just say, responsible for performing the CRUD operations. That is service implementation. So if you check this entity set and you see these methods, yeah. So there are mainly 5 methods, which we can use here. First one is your create entity, get entity set, and update entity, yeah, delete entity, yeah. 5 methods used for creating single record. Used for fetching single record. Yeah, get entity set is there, used for fetching multiple records. Then used for updating existing record. Yeah. And then we have this delete entity. So what I can say, used for deleting a existing records. Okay. Main 5 folders, it contains all these methods. If I double click, you see here, there is your method name. See this? We are inside this class, create entity method, right? We are inside this. Then the third folder is runtime artifacts. So let's come to that. Runtime artifacts is there. So I can say runtime artifacts are the mainly classes, or better I should say are mainly runtime classes, which gets generated at the runtime only. Which gets generated at the runtime automatically. That is, whenever we click on the generate button, so you select this, and there is an option of your generate button, generate runtime objects. So when you click on this generate button, what happens is then these custom classes will be generated automatically. And the name of these classes will be underscore MPC. It's known as model provider class. It consists of all the properties that you have defined in the data models, like structures, types, and all those things. MPC extension class is there. So it contains, here we can define the custom structures for us if we need it, structures and their types, or even deep structures kind of thing. So after declaration, if we have to again define something, we can use this extension class, model provider extension class. Underscore DPC is there, data provider class. Private provider class. Here system generated logic will be there inside the DPC class. It will contain the system generated logic. It will contain the system generated logic. DPC extension class is there. Here we will write our logic, write our custom logic, custom logic. Guys, theoretical part is very, very important in the OData services and perhaps entire the SAP system. If your logic is clear, then you can define everything here. These two classes, DPC and DPC extensions, are and MPC are very, very important. This last one, SRV, is for registered service that you are going to register this service. It will contain that particular data. So we are not going to use it much. It will be there automatically. Registered service. And the last one, MDL, registered model. These two classes. You might be thinking, if we have this MPC class, why there is a extension class? Why there is a MPC extension class? If we have DPC class, why there is a extension class? Correct? You might be definitely thinking on this. So the reason behind is why extension classes? So suppose the situation, all these non-extension classes gets generated every time when we click on the generate button. Every time they get generated when we click on the generate button. All these non-extension classes. Yeah. But these extension classes gets generated only once in their lifetime. So suppose here in the non-extension classes like this DPC and MPC, I have written a custom logic. And I went back, and I clicked on the generate button again. Generate button again. Then it will automatically refresh every data. Every data. So if you see this, if by mistake after developing the OData service, I'm clicking on generate button, all these runtime see here model, service, DPC, and then MPC. Extension classes will not be generated, but rest of them will be generated again. So it will automatically refresh the data and all our custom logic will be removed. Our custom logic will be removed that we have written. But these extension classes gets generated only once in their lifetime. So they are preferred for writing the custom logic. Custom logic. We use them for writing the custom logic. Everyone, are you clear why we write the data, why we write the logic only in extension classes? Every time everybody is confused. Why DPC extension class, not a DPC? Why MPC extension class, not MPC? This is interesting in a, I'll say, interview question also. Everyone, are you clear here?
Yes.
Everyone, are you okay with this?
Yes.
Because, right? It's
Yeah,
okay?
Amritam. Yeah.
Great. So the next and last folder is our service maintenance. Service maintenance, right? What it is saying? It consists of two important things: error log and error log, and there is your gateway client. Two things you can see it here. If I go to the service maintenance, if I double click here, you see error log and gateway. These are the two important things here. So it is used to trace or find out the error occurred during the service execution. During the service execution. Gateway client. What it say? It is the temporary screen to test the OData service functionality. It is a temporary screen to test the OData service functionality. Okay. Are you all okay with this?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you all okay with this?
Yes, sir.
Amit,
Now
that
this,
model SRV and that other two artifacts you
yes,
told, right? Down below, that's not, we are not able to see.
yes. That is the registered model. That model you register it using this service maintenance. See, this is not for any case
IW.
here. It's a runtime class generated. We are not going to write anything here. It definitely consists of some part, but all of them are private here, protected only. See, it automatically runtime generated thing. But it's not for any writing logic. This is standardly available. This is the model section. The model that you have defined there. For it, SAP might be generating this. Okay, this is the service here. You are required to register the service. Then that is the service that you are going to register here. Object type is IWSV. This is just service, correct?
Yeah, I got it.
Guys, OData is a very deep ocean. Even 50 and 100 hours are not enough to complete it. But we need to understand the standard requirement of the market, and accordingly we need to learn it. Over the period of time when you will be developing it, slowly and gradually you will understand each and every aspect of it, correct? So are you able to get this brief introduction about the service, how things works here? And what can you relate it that everything is all about object-oriented programming here, correct?
Yes.
Right? So let's start the development part. Developing a OData service. Developing a OData service. How things works here. So mainly we can develop the OData service using two ways. One is without using already built-in code, and another way is using the built-in code which is already there, already built code, like utilizing the BAPIs which are SAP has given us, BAPIs or RFC, that even custom RFCs that we have developed, or function modules, whatever it is. So using the built code which is already there in the system, or without using any built-in code, that is writing everything from ourselves, selves. Two ways are there. I will showcase you everything. Then I will show development of a standard function kind of OData service. I will also show the consumption of it in a Fiori application just for showcase. I will not go there in detail because that is not part of our syllabus. But just for knowledge, we'll share that part also. So we can develop this service in mainly in two ways. With if there is no logic, writing everything from ourselves, and the second one is our using the already built-in code like BAPIs, function modules, or RFCs for consumption. So let's go to SEGW, and here I will go for create button. See, it is asking for a project. So here I'm giving Z 10 to 12 first OData project. I will give here a short description, first OData project. Then you have your package. So I will give my package name, and I will go for OK button. There I will save it. It will ask for transport request. Let's pass. So we have a data model, service implementation. Right now you can see service implementation and runtime artifacts are empty. There is nothing. So the very first thing you are required to go for data model. One way is you can right click and you can go for creation, and you can create the entity type. Then you can create the entity set. Or there is the second way, which is automatic in nature. Suppose you already have your structure or table. We know SAP by default takes the what should I say, the table as a structure itself. So if you have already built-in structure which you want to consume, I will show that part in the upcoming time. Or if you already have the table which you want to utilize. So suppose I want to create a OData service for my employee table. Very first thing I want to create it. So you can directly use this structure name, copy it, and go for data model, right click, go for import from this DDIC structure. Check it, guys. Paste the name of it here. Sorry, not here. In this ABAP structure, we will paste the name. And here, if you check it, you have an option to pass the name of entity type. So suppose I'm giving the name here as employee. Guys, OData services are somehow case sensitive also. So there are certain limitations. We'll check it. Okay, because this is there to expose your data on your front end application, and their JavaScript is case sensitive. Yeah, so we will see that part right now. You will pass the entity type, and if you check this, there is a checkbox create default entity set. So if you are marking it, automatically system will generate an entity set. You are not required to create it. That is why I prefer this one. Just pass the structure. Accordingly, both the entity type, entity and entity set will be created. See this part. Next. Now it is asking what are the columns that you are looking for. So I will select the columns. I don't want MANDT, and rest I will select it and I will go for next. Then it will ask to mark a primary key here. It is mandatory. So select the key that you want. I want my employee ID as the primary key and I will finish it. My entity type imported successfully. See this part, guys. Entity type, employee, and check the properties. Check the columns here. See this. They are case sensitive in nature. Whatever name you see here, the same name you will have to use it in the URL also. Right, because correct?
Yeah.
Then you see entity set has also been generated, and automatically you see entity type, and after that set word has been combined to generate an entity set. So it is also there for us. Yeah, it is also there for us. Entity type and entity set is there. This is my first demo OData service building. Just follow the steps. Don't go for deeper concept. Otherwise you will be confused a lot. Correct, right? Now I want to generate my runtime artifacts because I want to write my custom logic. So here I will select this. I will go for generate button, generate runtime artifact. See here, once I clicked on generate button, now if you check class name automatically with the same name of your OData project, only it is starting from CL now, OData project underscore MPC extension, same way. See, data provider class, base class is there. Your service registration, model name and version automatically is there. Select it. Pass the package. Transport request. I will assign here. Request. Wait a second. Yeah, this one. I'll go for it. See what is going to happen. It is generating the runtime artifacts here. Check the messages, guys. MPC class generated, MPC extension class generated, DPC and DPC extension class generated, service and model was generated. See this part, right? See this part. And if I'm clicking on regenerate button, again see now what is going to happen. This time extension class will not be generated. Rest everything will be generated. See, that is why extension classes we use for writing the logic, because it gets generated only once at their lifetime. But these classes, they will be refreshed again and again when you are going to click on that. Okay. Now, if you check this service implementation folder, you will see in the entity set, all these methods are ready. Create, delete, get entity set, and update. See this. Yeah. So DPC extension class is where we write the logic. I will copy this name of the class and I will go to AC24. I will open it in change mode. And I will navigate myself to ACAT, Object Navigator. See this area. So here we have the options, classes, methods. Yeah, methods. Focus on this. If you check it, can you see create entity, delete entity, get entity set, and update entity. 5 CRUD methods are there, right? Suppose I want to go for this get entity set. I want to get all the records for my employee table. So I will right click on it and I will go for redefinition. I will redefine it so that I can write the logic. Now this method has been transferred to the redefinition section. You can check it. Yeah. And automatically in the right side, we have got the logic where here we have got the section where we can write the logic for us. Correct. This is how we used to write the logic in classes. Same stuff is there. Same stuff is there. We will see these parts in the upcoming time. Don't worry. Right now, normal logic. Normal logic I'm going to write. So here we have the option of ET entity set. Again, I will discuss it again in the next class. Right now, let's see this part. This is ET entity set. And if you check the type of it, check the type, guys. Go for the type. TT employee, I'll go inside it. TT employee type standard table of TS employee. And what is this TS employee? TS employee is nothing but a structure of what? Our employee table. Yes or no?
Yes.
Right?
Yes, sir.
This is generated at the runtime. We did not did anything. We clicked on generate button and it was generated at the runtime. And wait a second, let me show you where it is. What is the name of the class? MPC, correct? Model provider class. That's what I said. MPC is used for a definition section. So this is your exporting parameter basically. You can simply write a normal logic here like this way. Let's say select. I will go for star from my employee table, or I can also write like this way, employee ID. We don't know new syntax yet, so let it be. We will learn the new syntax in the upcoming time. So employee ID, name, department, manager, salary, currency. These are the columns. Yeah. From our table name, and I will copy the name of it. Yeah. Into table. This one, ET entity set. It is my exporting parameter. I will paste it. See this, guys. ET entity set. Activate it. There is an error. What it is saying? It is saying the data type of the component manager are not suitable. Okay, let me check. We have done one issue. Okay, let's change it. Select star from this one into corresponding fields of table ET entity set. Because we have not used the MANDT column, that is why it is causing the problem. The type has been created based on MANDT, but now it is causing the type conflict. So better we can use this syntax also. Now it will transfer the data into the corresponding fields, and I think the error should be removed. Check this. Yeah, now it's okay. No syntax. Activate it.
Amrit, if we use corresponding fields, like you remove right fields, so we can use that, right? Instead of star, now we can mention, right, the employee ID and all, whatever you mentioned.
No. Okay, let's try this one also.
Because you mentioned it corresponding fields now, right?
But it is not allowed if I'm not wrong. Let me check it. I have forgotten that. Yeah, we can do this one also. See, corresponding fields is like a very old thing. It is obsolete now. So it's not preferred much. Instead, because its performance is not up to the mark. Okay, here you are using corresponding. The reason of not using is, suppose I created a structure of this table. So that table will consist of all these columns, all these 7 columns, including MANDT also, right? So the beauty of this corresponding is even if I am fetching this only 2 columns, see this, only 2 columns. So what it will do, it will allocate the value into employee ID and employee name in this internal table. But what about the other columns? What about other columns that you have created this? Getting this? They are useless. The space you have allocated for them is useless now, correct? So that is a waste of memory. That is why with the new syntax coming into picture, SAP removed the use case of this. Instead, it came with corresponding has, which is something completely different. Not preferred much, but again, right now we are just doing for local testing purpose. So somehow, sometime we can use it, okay? But another way we can go for creation of a normal structure which do not consist of MA and DT, then it will be fine, right? We can directly use into table there. Okay. So syntax check and I will activate it. Object ready. Now we can check this. Now we can check it. Let's go there. Let's go there. So this is our service. Now this service we created. The second thing we are required to do here is we are required to register our service. So you can do the registration directly from here also. This is the shortcut way. I'll show you later on. Right now I will use the transaction code that we have /n/iwfnd/mint_service. Check this. Right now the registration status is empty. So I will go to this maintenance service. Yeah. I will go to my add service option. There it is asking for service name. So let's copy our service name where it is. I will go back. Wait a second. Let's go to SCGW. And this is my project that we have developed, runtime artifacts. This is our service where it is. Yeah. This is our service. Copy the name. Paste it here. Get services. Okay.
Local.
Yeah, local will be there. Get services. Yeah, now it's there. We can select it. I will go for add selected services. Pass the package. Okay. Request and our request. See here. Service created and its metadata was loaded successfully. Go for OK button. Now this service is ready. We can check it. I can go and on filter. I can pass the service name here and it will come automatically. See here. This is your service. It's there now. You can go for call browser or you can locally test it on the gateway client also. So now if you check this service maintenance, see here, registration status is green now, right? Let's test it locally. SAP gateway client. I will go for yes. I will click on execute button. What is the message you are getting here? 200. What is the message you are getting here? 200, correct? This is about your service information. You can check it from your, let's say, call browser. I will copy the link. This is the link. I will copy it. I will go to my Chrome. There I will check it. Yeah. Here I'll paste this format. Let me check the URL.
$$.
Yeah. Format equal to JSON. Or let's make it XML only. See. Right now do not have any information. It's dollar I've not given. Employee set is there. Yeah, it is bringing it. See your entity set name. Let's change it into JSON. JSON has a better view. See, entity set and this entity set name, right? Let's check it. I have implemented the get entity set method. So if you will go for this entity set option here, you will see there is your entity set name. Select this, guys. And I will also change the URI option to JSON. Now see what is going to happen. JSON format. I want to see the data in JSON format. Execute. See, all the data we are getting it here. Correct? All the data we are getting it here. I will check it on the browser also. So I will simply copy the URI from here, our service name, and change it here. What is the name of our entity? Employee that question mark dollar format equal to JSON. Check this. Go and check your table first. What are the data you have here? Rajat Kumar, SAP ABAP Development Manager, Amrit Raj. See this, right? Shikhar ABAP, Shikhar ABAP. Yeah, it's not implemented right now. See, all the data we are exposing it on the browser. You can check it from Postman tool also. Postman is a tool which is used for testing of the APIs. You can use its free version. You can install it in your system. Well, okay, I have forgotten its credential, I believe. Let me check this. Its credential is expired. Check. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let me just see this. I will come here, copy this link, and let's check it from Postman. I will directly paste it here. This is my get operation, so it will work. Send. See, all the records we are getting. We will discuss that part. Right now, just a basic development of OData service. We created it. We implemented the
Just
get and yes, Omar.
sorry a minute. In Postman here, why you don't add authorization? It's connected directly
Author.
to SAP
It I have
without any
already
API.
added. It is already added. It's already there. But I and so your my credentials. I believe you understand this, right?
Ah,
If
okay,
you go to this authorization section, it will ask for credential. It is already there in this.
okay.
Okay,
Can
this
we
authorization section.
can you show us how it was set up this part in the next session? And SAP
Authorization
from
section.
yeah.
Sure. I will check that.
Okay,
Okay, I'll show
thank you.
that. I have planned for development of this. Okay, just right now I'm showing it for a normal
Okay, thank
OData
you.
service development. Now another question comes into picture. If I have to debug this service, how we are supposed to debug it? Suppose I'm not getting the data there. This can be a possibility, correct? So how we are supposed to debug it? Yeah, how from Fiori application, if I want to debug the code that we have written it, how we are supposed to debug it? So if you check
method
your
we can
code,
put.
yes. So one day, if you recall, you have asked me this question, what is the use of these two things? And I
Yeah,
told
correct.
at that time, this is external breakpoint. correct? This comes into the picture now. If you are sending any request from outside of the SAP system or from the browser, this comes into the picture. This will help you here. I have set here external breakpoint and see the magic. I'll go to this postman. This is completely out of the SAP system. Send the request and go and check the magic. Let's see. It will hit the breakpoint. It's not hitting. There is some issue. Oh, wait a second. No, not this one. The request is completely this with this thing now. Copy, paste it here, send. Yeah, now check it. Can you see this? Where we are? In the debugging section, F6. Check the ET entity set. How many columns are there? How many columns? 12. Can I say this? Right? Check the output. Check this output. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Correct? Everyone, are you getting
Yes.
the use case of is how we do the debugging here
Yes.
for a service, right? Will you all be able to develop a basic OData service from now on? Just for entity set, get entity set, not for any other thing right now. Guy, this OData service is a completely deep ocean. I'm saying the same thing again. If you go for this deep, just open the methods and let me show how many methods you can check it here. Go for inherited methods and see this. DPC com services. Check this. What kind of method they have given? Log message, RFC, set injection. Check this one. Batch end, change begin, create entity is a separate one. Stream is there for video processing and image processing. Yeah. Expanded entity. I will show this part. How we can go from one entity to another one. Deep entity stuff. So I said again the same thing. I can guide you on the concept. I can show you some real world scenario on that, but it is you who are going to practice these things. It's all about the keen interest that we develop. Lots of methods that they have given, because when SAP is developing one thing, they think about all the aspect of it, right? OData is a very interesting thing. This is the future for ABAP development. Object-oriented programming, completely. Great, right? Any questions here for today about this basic stuff? Because is it okay?
Yeah, it's pretty clear.
Right? Omar?
Sir, can you let me see the name where we have to write the code? Which entity is it is for?
Rajat, don't go for this like this way. Just go and watch the recording first, okay? First clear this concept.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, that will be there automatically. Right? I understand this you are seeing for the very first time. It will cause lots of confusion. That's why I arranged it in a proper format, one by one. I could have directly opened the SEGW and started developing, and I could have said there, but I better wanted to go for the theoretical part. Getting this?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Omar, are you okay with this now?
Yes.
Yeah. Rajat is okay. Aviram? Viram, it's okay? Sneha?
Yes, sir.
Okay, guys, then. So this is all for today. No task I will assign here. I will say to go and do the revision. I will share the document for it. Okay. And we will see tomorrow some more features. We will implement the CRUD, and we will also see the BAPI's way. And then I will also show the association and navigation with the expanded part. Okay. All right, then. Thank you very much. See you all
Thank you.
tomorrow. Thank you.
Bye-bye.